But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
He can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea.
How is Crawford, his composure, going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
But weight classes,
he's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No.
I think Crawford could beat Canelo Alvarez.
I think he's too small. But then again, I thought he was too small for Spence, so shows what I know.
Many experts believe Canelo Alvarez is expected to dominate Terence Crawford in their upcoming fight. Boxing legend Mike Tyson has voiced serious concerns about Crawford's chances, warning that this matchup might not be in his best interest. Tyson sees Canelo's size, power, and relentless pressure as overwhelming factors that could prove too much for Crawford to handle. David Benavidez views Canelo as a source of motivation.
Mike, I gotta say this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
He can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
You posted the other day, there's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said, the quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away." Tell me about that.
Yes, I don't know. I guess wasn't used to having money. I said, want to have one. You know, you're not accustomed to that shit, man.
Yeah, but not everybody's Mike Tyson. You're very generous. You're a genuine, nice person. Tillman told me that one time you lent him his car, he kept it for like 3 months or something.
I don't know, none of this shit. Listen, if you have money and you can't help nobody with it, what's the purpose of having it?
And considers the fight a commendable matchup. His respect for Canelo's skills and achievements highlights his positive outlook on the bout. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia emphasizes Canelo's physical advantages, noting his strength, size, and power. He
Looks like it's going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight. And it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
All right, next question. Do you use that for motivation at all? Like Canelo's like, you know.
I definitely do use that as motivation because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am.
How would you approach a fight?
Is there scissors? Is there scissors? Ask for scissors. Go ahead.
How would you approach a fight with Terence Crawford if it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not fighting him.
Argues that these attributes give Canelo a significant edge over Crawford, who is moving up in weight classes. The considerable weight difference, Garcia believes, will make it difficult for Crawford to compete effectively. Sean Porter has also expressed concern about how Crawford will handle Canelo's punching power. Given Canelo's reputation for delivering...
It's going to be a great fight, too. I can't believe they made that happen. So, yeah, Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason, right?
He said Teofimo and Boots are going to be on your October undercard.
Oh, yeah,
and the winners would fight each other. Is that what you were told?
I didn't know that, but I'm down. I don't care. Let's do it. I wanted to fight Teofimo too.
Last one. I gotta do this. I agree with you that there's just like there's a lot of sanctioning bodies, there's a lot of promoters, there should be more testing organizations, not just one. Tell me about that. Why are you so adamant about those lot?
I think that when a coach is pushing a certain organization, it just strikes me off weird. And for it to be like a mandatory thing, like why can't I use another organization, you know? But again, I don't want to talk about them because, you know.
Devastating blows, Porter questions whether Crawford can withstand such force, especially considering the weight jump. This reflects broader doubts about Crawford's ability to endure the physical demands of fighting a naturally bigger opponent. Mikey Garcia predicts that Canelo will ultimately win, reinforcing the widespread belief that his size, power, and experience.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
will be decisive factors in the fight. Many see this as a dangerous challenge for Crawford, one that may prove too much for him to overcome. Canelo Alvarez is widely expected to win against Terence Crawford due to his...
I'm not even a fan of that fight. They're too many weight classes apart. And although the skills, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. Now, Canelo is, you know, fighting at 168. Crawford just moved up to 154, and he had some trouble with that in that fight. Now, where do you plan on going? 164, 65, 66? Yeah. Canelo ain't gonna come down to 160.
Yeah,
Canelo ain't gonna come down, you know, maybe 166 max if he accepts. I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size, you know, power and size. Now, skill-wise, I think Crawford's a better skilled fighter, but the difference in size will be the deciding factor, and that's why I'm not even a fan of that fight. I think Crawford has accomplished everything he had to accomplish from 140, 147, now 154. That's even greater for him. He wants to do something, collect belts at 154, he can attempt that. But there's no money in that compared to the Canelo fight, and Canelo is trying to fight other guys, and you know, at that point it's more of a big fight, you know, for the money that's gonna generate. But as a fight fan, I'm not really a fan of that matchmaking. I'd rather see Canelo move up and fight somebody like Bitterbeef or Revolt again. If he wanted to challenge himself, move up to 175 again, and challenge himself against those guys. Not a smaller guy moving up.
His size and power advantages. Many believe these factors will play a crucial role in determining the outcome, with Canelo's physicality being a decisive element in the matchup. Roy Jones Jr. has praised Canelo's abilities while acknowledging Crawford's...
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying, like, hey, you know, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, you know, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight, or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What he got to prove to Boots? Boots trying to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win. Like, oh my God.
Desire to challenge himself against the best. He suggests that if Crawford cannot overcome Canelo, it could mark a significant turning point in his career, given Canelo's status as one of the top fighters in the sport. Robert Garcia has analyzed the fight and leans toward a Canelo victory. While he hasn't provided a detailed breakdown, his assessment aligns with the majority opinion favoring Canelo, likely considering factors such as size, power, and experience at higher weight classes. Garcia also believes that if Crawford takes the fight, it will primarily be for the massive payday. He argues that Crawford has already achieved enough, secured his future, and lives a responsible life. However, if the fight happens, Garcia sees Crawford being competitive for the first 6 to 8 rounds before Canelo takes control. While he acknowledges Crawford's skill and strength, he ultimately believes Canelo's power and size will overwhelm him in the later rounds, leading to a dominant finish.